Time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTM, your radio station.
Good morning. You're listening to City Beat. I'm Monika, and with me today is Mayor Dennis Fenske. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
If you have a question you'd like to ask Mayor Fenske, give us a call at 677-8181. To kick things off, what's been happening around the city?
Well, just as a safety share for this morning, if you don't have to be on the Selkirk Avenue area this morning, please don't, because we're doing snow removal. There's lots of heavy equipment. Half of it's blocked off so they can remove the snow. They're being as quick as they can, but if you could avoid the Selkirk Avenue area right now, that would be appreciated.
For sure. And also the Norplex pool's open right now, right?
Yes, it is. We're back up and running.
Awesome. Good news for those who want to get out and swim. Last night, the city held a public hearing for the water, storm, and sewer service line maintenance as a special service for 2016 to 2020. How did that go?
Very well. We had a good turnout. I believe we had 17 or 18 people from the general public come out. We had some good questions, both for and against. We had some good discussions, but I think at the end of the day, everybody understands why we're doing what we're doing. It's a continuation of what was started in 2010. I refer it to as an insurance policy for residential homeowners against a water break on their property 1 meter beyond their property or their foundation to the water main. So overall, I think it was a good discussion. And as far as next steps, that was a public hearing. We had the first reading of the bylaw on Monday at council. We now make our application to the municipal board, and then pending approval of that, we'll bring it back for second and third reading at council.
So these are rates, if it does get approved, it would appear on people's, I guess, tax in September?
Everybody gets a tax statement in July, and that's due September 30th, and there will be a single line on that talks to the special levy. This year, the upset limit is $123 for 2016, but we're trending on the 2015 costs, which are around $95. So you should see a line item, if everything goes through, of between $95 and $100.
And that also only applies to residential homeowners, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. The plan addressing the pedestrian crosswalk on Mystery Lake Road, there was a resolution on Monday to rescind the plan. Council was very divided on this issue, but in the end it didn't carry. You voted in favor to rescind. What are your thoughts on the end result?
Well, at the end of the day, council operates by resolution and by bylaw. We have a democratic process and votes, and so the move to rescind was defeated. So the resolution previous stands. Then we, as a city, will be going ahead with installing jersey barriers, which are concrete barriers, to direct traffic north from the Juniper pathway up north to Station Road, crossing at the lights and coming back up Mystery Lake Road to Nelson Road. So that's the intent, and that's the direction from council. So we'll move that forward.
There was some debate about why the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee was tasked with making a recommendation. Can you tell us how it ended in their hands?
Sure. Previously, I think it was in 2013, it was referred to the Public Safety Committee, and there were two intersections at that time. There was one on Cedar and I'm not sure, the cross street, and that particular crosswalk. So it was reviewed at Public Safety. It was then forwarded to Public Works, and it's made its way through to Public Works in 2015 and 16, and so that's how it got to Public Works. They had a discussion. There were 4 options provided to the committee, and of that, the committee made a recommendation to council, and that's how you got the resolution that was put forth to council.
Okay, and you say the next step is moving forward with it. Do we know yet if MIT will cover this plan?
We have an indication that MIT's funds won't go towards the Jersey barriers. Their funds were to go towards a crosswalk and lighting, and so now that the city isn't going that way, the MIT is not providing funding for that.
Okay. Council members have iPads now. There was a resolution on Monday to approve a council iPad usage policy. Tell us a bit about why the city got iPads for councillors and how will they be used?
Basically, it's for city work only, and it goes along with the intent to reduce our paper consumption on day-to-day operations. If anybody's been to a council meeting, there's lots of paperwork in regards to agendas and attachments to the agendas and so forth. So moving along with other communities, meetings. We're going to electronically have that support for council meetings and other committee meetings as well. So we'll see how it works out. Well, there's some training in the next couple of weeks to get councillors trained up on how to use the iPads, and we'll go from there.
And I guess the policy, it doesn't necessarily have any specifics in terms of use. It's just your regular, just kind of guidance.
Basically, yeah, the high level direction is it's for city use only, no personal use. It is the property of the city of Thompson. Anything on it is the property of the city of Thompson. So emails or exchanges or anything like that is all property of the city of Thompson. And at the conclusion of your term, councillors will turn the apparatus back into the city.
All right. A quick reminder, if you're listening, give us a call at 677-8181 if you have a question for Mayor Fenske. Extended fall camping will be happening at Paint Lake again this year. Conservation and Water Stewardship Minister Tom Novechinoff wrote to you with the exciting news for campers, I'm sure. Why is it important for Paint Lake to offer an extended fall camping season?
Well, I think it's unique to Thompson and the Paint Lake region in that we enjoy, as Northerners, the outdoor activities, camping being one of them. And although the minister noted that we are a little higher than average in the number of seasonal lots that are available to us, we also take advantage of them. And the reason that we went to the minister is because there was a need identified by campers and users of Paint Lake Regional Park that they needed more space and an extended season. So we were able to lobby the province and the department to get some extended seasons on that. We will continue to lobby for additional sites. We will continue to lobby for cottage sites as well, because again, living in the north, you want to take advantage year-round of the availability of camping and cabin life, and so we want to encourage that. It adds to the quality of life and the experience living in northern Manitoba.
I'm curious, as someone who's fairly new, did there used to be an extended fall camping season and then they took it out and now they're kind of going towards the path of bringing it back? Or was there, to your knowledge, was there never really an extended fall camping season offered?
Well, there used to be a soft closing, basically, and then they got into the bureaucracy of managing the parks, and they tried to make policies available or applicable to the province-wide. In fact, we were shut down earlier because of supposed resource shortages, and campgrounds down south were open 2 and 3 weeks longer. Then they went to universal opening and an extended season. So I think there's just a changing need within the province of Manitoba, but especially up north where during the summer and the fall we have extended daylight, and we want to take advantage of those times to be out at the campsites and at the lakes.
For sure. The city achieved an increased safety audit score again this year. We got a 2.5 out of a possible 4.0 in 2015, which is 0.2 higher than the year before, and it's significantly higher than in 2008 when we only scored 0.8. What exactly is a safety audit score, and how is the score determined?
Well, basically, we have a program that was provided to us by Valet. Ours is called Safe Operations. Theirs is called Safe Production. And within the program, there are 19 elements of safety. And so in each one of the elements, your managers and workers are judged on how they fulfill the principles that are there in working safe and ensuring that everybody goes home safely at the end of each day. And so there's an audit done by our safety department, and our safety manager goes around and interview and with a couple others. They do interviews of employees. They do interviews of managers and directors to see their knowledge of those 19 elements of safety. And so the goal is zero harm, and so the 4.0 is where you want to get to. We're at 2.5, which is significantly increased from year over year from where we started. And that has an impact also financially on our workers' compensation rates. When we started the process, before we started the process, our municipality in regards to our rates, and we're charged on experience, was one of the highest rates in the province. And so it was costing a lot of money, and it was because we basically, to be quite blunt, we weren't working as safely as we could be. And so with the introduction of safe operations, we've become more knowledgeable about safe work practices, and with that, the audits are showing our scoring, and with those scoring increases, that equates into savings in our workers' compensation rates per $100 of payment. And so an actual dollar this year because of the increase and because of the increased awareness. We'll probably save in the range of $30,000 to $50,000 in fees that normally we'd, if we hadn't done as well, we would be paying on an annual basis.
Right, and those are the rates that the city pays, right?
That's correct.
Oh, definitely good news. Before we finish for today, anything else you wanted to mention?
Well, February is a very busy month. It's a day longer, but it's also very busy in the sense that this weekend we've got the Norman Wild playing. This is female hockey, Norman AAA Wild hockey, playing on Saturday on the 5th through the 6th, and also the weekend after that, another busy weekend, the long weekend. We have Mun Cup hockey. That's the biggest Atom tournament in Manitoba, and so there'll be lots of kids around for that one. And at the same time, on that same weekend, the Norman North Stars are up against the Eastman Selects for a couple of home games. So again, February is a very busy month, and then at the end of the month, the last weekend of the month, we have Winterfest, and the plans are going well with that. And that's the 26th and 27th. So again, February, very busy month, and we're looking forward to everybody having fun.
For sure. That's this edition of City Beat. Join us every Thursday at 11:30 to hear what's happening around the city and City Hall. For 102.9 CHTM, I'm Monika Gould.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning at 11:30 with more news about Thompson.